everybody, this is Marie and welcome to Marie's Chatty Tarot. And today we're going to be talking about Elon Musk and Twitter. So it appears that there has been some back and forth between Twitter and Elon Musk about the terms and conditions of the purchase of Twitter. It looks like there's a lot of dramas going on surrounding that itself. But it appears that Elon Musk was to proceed with the purchase. Now, I'm going to ask the question with the assumption that Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter, because there's a few interviews that he made where he professed that the economics was not really important to him. It was more about having a platform where people would be allowed free speech. So I'm going with that in mind. Based on this interview, I'm going with the assumption here that Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter. So we want to ask the question: what would Twitter look like for the next year, under the next few years under Elon Musk's leadership, right? So let's see what the cards would like to share about that. Twitter is a battlefield, really. It's a big platform, and being seen and being heard there gives you a lot of sway, some believe. So let's see what the cards want to say about that. And for those wondering, I am using my 100% plastic rider tarot deck. Just wanted to get it out the way. What is Twitter's gonna look like the next few years under Elon Musk leadership? Okay. Okay, it's nicely shoveled and cut. The katana sword. So this is Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands, Knight of Pentacles for in the past, the Emperor in the present, the Star as a potential outcome, the Nine of Wands, and the Page of Wands. Saying quite a few pages here. Okay. So the first card is the Knight of Wands. So it appears that it's gonna be, so the Knight is movement. I think the movement and what moves a person, what moves a situation is with the cup is water. Water is emotion, is a feeling that you have surrounding a particular topic, surrounding a particular subject. So it appears that, you know, the process is moving along, but it's quite emotional for both parties, it seems. And I guess we kind of sort of seeing that because both parties suing each other uh, to comply to certain terms. So yes, the process is moving along, and both parties quite emotional. So you would think because it's a business deal, it would be very clear cut, very analytical, and however, it's quite an emotional process, and it's right there for everybody to see if you if you if you if you look into it. Now, underneath is the eight of sorry, is the nine of wands. So nine of wands, you can see this gentleman there. Uh, he has this bandage on his head, as if he been through a lot. However, still being resilient, still being on guard. Still trying to maintain appearance and still trying to keep up and being resilient. That's the key word here. So it appears that um, both of them, both parties wearing down. It's as if both parties wearing down each other emotionally, and both one one is I'm not saying antagonizing really, but it's as if I don't know if you remember those Western uh, movies where both parties will face each other out, and see who will draw first, and then the person that draws first and make the shot is the one that makes it. It's as if that feeling comes to mind when I think of Twitter and Elon Musk. Both are wearing each other down to see it's like a battle of wills, really, to see who's gonna win this. However, around the process is making it stall for everybody. So that's interesting, you know. Um, and it's not surprising, given the uh, the battle going around between Elon Musk and Twitter, uh, the higher ups of Twitter, and even some of the employees. So it's interesting that the cards, we wanted to say that. So okay, so Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is a card of authenticity. It's a card of growth. It's a card of success, creativity. All wands is considered growth in any capacity. It's considered uh, inspiration. It's considered motivation. That fire in your belly, right? That that's another way of looking at it. And the what's different about the Queen of Wands is that she's very powerful. She's very comfortable in her knowing, in her sexuality, in who she is. She's very authentic in that way. She have no problem facing you. She's the only queen that faces you. Uh, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of uh, uh, sword is facing you sideways, but the Queen of Wands is not afraid of facing you head on. Very bold in that way, which was unusual for women in her time back in those days, or when this was published or drawn. So it feels more like a Elon energy here, as if they want to say that he is really into his knowing, he's really authentic, and he is very motivated and inspired to proceed with this and not backing down, and very bold in his pursuit. And so that's not uh, uh, surprising. And the card that comes underneath is the Page of Wand. So that it's as if the page is messages. Again, all page or message information. It's as if it's the beginning of a new chapter. All page or new beginning. Uh, but it's when you think of the page, think of gradual, something gradual. It's like a message, a signal coming to you gradually. It's as if the universe wants you to absorb that information piece by piece. It's not sending you like a tsunami, because if you do, you'll be drowned and you'll be overwhelmed with information and emotion. So it's sending you gradual piece of information to be aware of. So overall, the page of one is a message um, uh, of growth potential, of creativity. So Elon Musk kind of wants to put a signal out there that he wants the platform to be a messaging platform where creativity can prosper, where and people can be inspire one another, and that's that's what that's the message. That's the message that he wants to put out. That's pretty cool. So in the past, with the Knight of Pentacle, so all knights are movement. All night is like is processes, or it's a movement of sort. But what moves this situation uh, in the past is the Knight of Pentacles. So Pentacles is a slow moving process, but not only is a slow moving process, but what's great with the Knight of Pentacle is that it always reaches destination, because Earth is very firm, is very uh, achieve success, because it deals with pentacles. It's an earth sign, so it always it's not as fast as the cup or the wand or the sword, the knight of sword, but the pentacle always reaches destination. So as if the card wants to let us know that yes, Twitter is gonna get purchased, and this being a process, a slow moving process, but it will reach its destination. And also, I would not be surprised if the military was assisting Elon uh, um, as well, because if I understand correctly, Elon is one of the biggest subcontractors of the military, of the Pentagon, with all of his different projects. So that could be another way of looking at it too. So that's interesting in itself. But however, meaning Pentacles dealing with money, resources. So that tells me that uh, it's gonna be a slow moving process, but it will reach its destination. It's as if the universe wants to say that Elon is gonna be able to purchase uh, Twitter, you know, one way or the other. It may be a battle between Twitter and Elon, but Elon's gonna be victorious in this. And the present card is the Emperor. The way to look at the Emperor is a very masculine card. You can see this the Emperor sitting in the stone, the throne that represent foundation, that represent law and order and longevity as well. So in order for a country or anything to prosper, there has to be law and order. And I think it will represent that now that Elon Musk is in the picture, there's gonna be some balance, some law and order restored with Twitter, because clearly everybody who has um, have been able to notice that there's had been a lot of censorship, not only in Twitter but other platforms as well. But Twitter has been really shadow banning a lot of people from putting out a counter narrative. A society, any society, can only thrive where there's free exchange of ideas. If there's no free exchange of idea, what you have is tyranny, sadly, and that's not a good thing. One should be able to debate their idea freely, and if that idea is not popular, uh, then debate it, talk about it, and if it's not popular, you will know based on how many people you follows you, and so no bots or whatever is necessary. So again, the Emperor is law and order, which is very much needed in every aspect of a society or every aspect of of a company, there has to be rules that is followed equally um, for everybody. No preferential treatment. So I'm happy about that. And the other thing the emperor can signify is alliance. So I won't be surprised if the alliance, uh, the good guys, are helping Elon in achieving the purchase of the company as well. So that's another way of looking at it. And if it is, that would be so beautiful. Now, the outcome is the star. So the star is a beautiful card. The star represents hope. It represents healing. So yes, Twitter needs a lot of hope and healing for sure. And if you look at this lady, she is uh, naked, pouring water in the lake, pouring water in the um, on land as well. So water is subconscious, land is the more real. So it's, people have been hurt in the past, people, especially the people that have been censored. And also, uh, this card is to show as if once Elon come about, there's going to be some change and there's going to be some balance restored. Not only you saw that with the emperor, uh, for the present, but as if to really further emphasize this, people is gonna have. So obviously at the beginning, uh, or in the recent future potential outcome, that Twitter is gonna be, uh, you know, uh, in a situation, there's vulnerability, there's going to be some twerks that needs to be changed, there's going to be some improvement that needs to be changed, but eventually it will get to a place where uh, you know positivity can strive, where people can really exchange information and put out the naked truth, like literally, with this card. And sometimes the truth can make you vulnerable, but at the same time, it could be healing as well. Because once you know the truth, right, you can heal from this. Because we live in a country right now where information is weaponized, right? Where a group of people is censored and another group is putting information out there that is not factual. And unfortunately, a lot of the time, the people putting out the and unfortunately, a lot of the time, the people putting out the information is the government and the media, and those information are not always correct, and I would say maybe like 99% of the time not correct. So again, uh, the naked truth is gonna come out, definitely, and that's gonna provide a lot of hope and healing to the rest of the world. You know, uh, again, you cannot have a platform that censors a president and allows terrorists to continue to post. That makes no sense. So, clarification, it tells me that uh, it's not gonna be overnight. It's gonna take some time of before Twitter can become a platform that is truly um, uh, censorship free. So it's gonna be a while before this gets there. So we just have to hold on and see what happens next with that with that nine of wands. So we're just gonna have to wait, be patient, and wait and see until uh, uh, Elon can unlock this feature, quote, so to speak. And then also, it's gonna be a gradual process. You know, uh, Elon is not gonna have control overnight, so he's gonna have to gradually, clean up the company. So that's the signal. Clean up the company is gonna take a process, and little by little, uh, to unlock the feature of free uh, of creativity, of free speech, of authenticity, of uh, communication, and to allow, you know, people to inspire one another. That's the message. That's what this is all about. And I think it's also a message to the world as well, that there are people that are there, uh, uh, that are fighting for what is good, what is, what is right. And I think that could be a beautiful thing, right? Message of hope. Let me pull two cards. Oh, justice. So the justice card is a beautiful card. It means it's meant to happen. It's a karmic justice, but it could be a card of timing as well. So it looks like things will right itself, you know, in the next year or so, that things will right itself with Twitter, and that it will become a platform more balanced. So that's a beautiful, that's hopeful, that's beautiful. And yeah, it looks like you don't have to navigate some strategic uh, uh, battlefield, you could say, because of the terms and of purchase, contingency, and all that involved. So it looks like this is going to take some time, but when it does, it's going to be a gradual process to reform the company into a place of naked truth can strive, and free thinking and free and inspiration can strive again. So that's a beautiful card outlook for Twitter. Thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video. I appreciate it. Much loves and blessings. Uh, Please do share, like, subscribe. Yes, I'm desperate for the attention. I would appreciate it. The share, the like, the subscription. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.